Welcome, y'all. No, grateful to be here. Peace and love, everybody tuning in. Whether you guys are watching the replay, whether you guys are here live with me, I do believe that this live is going to be very insightful. We're waiting for another connected flight. We're not in Tokyo anymore. We're in Taiwan currently at the moment. I was able to go see it, around this, the country as well too a little bit, briefly. But I'm going to be going to see more for sure, and getting a lot of drone content and everything while I'm out here in Taiwan, because it is very beautiful. So I'm gonna fly back from the Manila area on my way back out here to Taiwan. So looking forward to that and getting to spend some time in Taiwan and Tokyo. So I'm gonna be in both places, Taiwan and Tokyo. But those will be, my near travels. I wanted to get to the Philippines as soon as possible. Get this work in and really, level up. Not only me, my all of my employees, and just everybody that's a part of the YBC movement as a whole, Young Billionaires Club. We're looking to take this company to $1 billion company, to empowering 1 billion lives. So, the main way that we're going to do so is with all of us, being on the same page. We are going to be hiring and bringing on more of even more reps to help out with everything that we do have. We're also going to be launching more, sectors of Billionaires Club, because it is an enterprise. So we do have more, than just credit, which we are going to be offering and to the public, to everybody, when it comes to Billionaires Club and our company and our goal of empowering, enriching, and educating 1 billion lives. We're going to be getting heavily into some investments. If you guys are in the main chat, if you guys are in definitely the university, you guys have seen, some of the crypto stuff we've been diving into, some of the other investments that we're diving into, and learning how to day trade. I'm going to be doing that with everybody that is a part of the university. So for all of my YBC University students, we will be trading live together. You guys have seen, a couple of the crypto calls we've already done privately for our YBC community. We are going to be putting together a curriculum as well too for all of you guys and for YBC University. So outside of the live streams and having access to my business partner Calvin, you guys will get access to everything as well too in the crypto section, and that we're all the curriculum that we're putting together for crypto, NFTs, meme coins, etc., to help just bring clarity upon that subject. How with consumer law, how with credit as a whole. The name of the game is leverage, right? And if we got quote unquote bad credit, a lot of times people think there's nothing that I can do with my credit, when I'll be the first to tell you that's very inaccurate. If you guys have anything negative on your guys' consumer report, that's actually, a plus, because that means that money is owed to you guys and it's time to go collect. It's time to go get remedy. That's why within each and every single subchapter, there is, a section where we can go get remedy. All right, so there's somewhere in there in each subchapter where we'll hold each one of these corporations either civilly liable or criminally liable. And it tells you very clearly, in each subchapter in the FCRA, there's multiple codes that will help you guys go out and get the remedy. So not just 15 USC 1681N. Drop a 1 in the chat if you guys are familiar with that. A lot of times people hear that when it comes to inquiries. And yes, you guys can get $1,000 per inquiry with 15 USC 1681N, which I believe that's more of a mainstream US code where, most people are familiar with that one specifically. But not a lot of people are familiar that within that same subchapter in 15 USC 1681O and 1681Q, it also talks about, for them willfully and knowingly violating your rights, you guys can hold them civilly liable and criminally liable. So 1681O and Q and or N. 1681O and Q, and then N are the ones within the FCRA. Now within Truth in Lending, whom here is familiar with Truth in Lending's remedy codes? And I'm not here to break down, each, share in the comment section if you guys are. I'm not here to, break down and show to you guys where, to go get remedy within each subchapter with this, specific codes. What I am here to inform you guys upon is that by you guys truly understanding consumer law, it will make you guys rich. And when I mean rich, I mean something that will not only last this lifetime, but past lifetimes, but not past, upcoming lifetimes as well too, and something in the wealth that you'll be able to carry on and pass on to your kids and their kids and their kids' kids, because it's an understanding, it's a whole different way of thinking than what we're programmed into thinking, right? So, to just stir up your guys' mindsets real quick, many people, are taught in college how to go to school, right? Once we go to school, they teach us what? They teach us how to work for someone, how to be an employee, not to be a boss, not to own companies, not to invest, right? Not to set up systems, right? Not to do these things that are going to help set you financially free, not, putting your money in the right places, to where you're seeing returns on these investments that you've never seen nor will ever see working a job. And I'm not, against jobs. I'm not against that at all by any means. But what I am against is you simply just working and not figuring out other ways to make your money work for you. So when it comes to credit, whether you got bad credit, whether you got a built out and structured consumer report and you're ready to do anything, if you don't know what to do with this funding. Right, so that's what I want to make very clear. Everything that I do teach is I'm not just showing y'all how to get the bag with bad credit. Yes, and that's where I do differentiate, and I believe that's why and what separated me from the rest of the people that are out there educating people on consumer law. A lot of times they'll give you guys, how to delete it, but not so much how to go out and get the remedy, how to get reparations, how to come, take what's ours, as well too. So not a lot of them do teach and educate individuals upon such. So that's why I do believe that I do differentiate from them, is I'm showing those with bad credit, those that are in a situation where, they're, drowning in debt. They feel as if there's nothing they can do about it. They don't know how to get out of it. And I'm here, and all I'm looking to do is be that, that individual to help, show them that there is a way, that, the situation you're in actually is actually, if you take the time to study and know it and apply this information, it's actually thousands of dollars. Let me drop a one. We're walking through Taiwan airport, headed to Manila, Philippines, and then we got one more layover from Manila to Davao. So 2 more flights. There's been about a 36-hour, traveling day. We were in Taiwan for a little bit. Where else were we? We were in Tokyo. That's really all we've been. Tokyo and Taiwan. My foot is hurting. So when I say consumer law will make you rich, is what you're gonna do with the remedy that you're gonna get. It's the way of thinking. It's understanding that once I understand and know that there is no money. All right, I'm gonna be the first to break it to you. There is no money. Right, everything is debt. Everything is a debt instrument, and they're using this debt to pay off debt. Doesn't really make sense. That's why everything that is taking place in the economy is taking place in these two and is going to take place. And that's why, the markets, are going to take a hit very soon as well too. Gold, we're seeing at all-time highs, right? We've seen NAS hit all-time highs. The NASDAQ, we've seen all of these hit, all-time highs recently. But expect for them to, take a great pullback as well too, because what goes up must come down. Always. What goes up must come down. So, we've seen these markets within the past couple months, hitting all-time highs. Once again, the NASDAQ, the Dow Jones, etc. But now recently, we're also seeing, them, have huge retracements, big pullbacks. The shorts are going crazy right now, right? If you guys have gotten any sales within the past week or two, you guys have easily profited off of not knowing much to little within these markets, right? But what I want you guys to understand is that there's going to be even a lot bigger moves taking place. What I want you guys to understand is that these moves do take place every single day, and you too can take advantage of them as well too by learning how to put your money in the right markets, by learning just simply how these markets move. I do recommend going to tradingview.com and just simply getting familiar with the way that these markets are moving, the patterns that are constantly being repeated. Just getting familiar with these markets. I recommend 1 to 2 pairs. All you need is 1 to 2 pairs, and those will, set you up for success. If you guys are within YBC University, you guys do get private calls to our mentorship. You guys do get private insight to and access to my crypto expert, my brother Calvin. So there's a lot, that we're capitalizing off within the university outside of credit. Credit, what I want everybody to get very clear, is the stepping stone to truly creating wealth. When I thought to myself, okay, how am I going to touch and reach and empower 1 billion lives? I thought to myself, okay, what's something that everybody has, right? Everybody's got credit. What's something that nobody knows, about? Where's a big need? If you ever want to start a business in general, find the need. What's the need? Find the need and fill it. Right? If you ever want to find anything, that will create, cash flow. It just so happened to be that, I'm very passionate about helping individuals. It just so happened to be that, okay, if I can help enough people get what it was that they desired, my mentor told me, you'll have everything that you desire and more. Right, so that was Earl Nightingale quote, or Jim Rohn. But what I want you guys to understand is that knowing what I know, knowing that, there is no money, everything is simply just credit, knowing that we have an open-ended credit plan, knowing that no matter what type of mortgage loan I get into, no matter what type of auto loan I get into, no matter what credit card, the limit of it, all of them are the same from the beginning of the consumer credit transaction. The way they go about it, the way that they take place, the way that they're credited is the same for $1 million loan versus $1,000 loan. Right? So if you guys are out here discharging, a line of credit, that's $1,000. Y'all can do that with a line of credit, that's $1 million. If y'all are doing that with the line of credit, that's a couple hundred. Y'all can do that with the line of credit, that's a couple $100,000. All right, so what I want you guys to understand is that debt is simply an illusion. Once we understand that we've already credited them from the beginning of the transaction, any and every time you guys use your credit card, you're crediting each one of these corporations. By understanding that and knowing that, that simply should just allow you guys to operate different within this game of commerce. And that's all that this simply is a game of commerce. And you got to know how to move and maneuver within this game of commerce. All right, if you guys are just tuning in, those that are streamed in here, let's make sure to get the likes up so that more people can get in tune with this information. I've gone over a couple different codes. If you guys got any questions, feel free to drop down below in the chat box. We're currently right now just in Taiwan, waiting for our connective flight to the Philippines, where we're going to be there for a month, simply and strictly grinding and putting together things for all of you guys. My office is out there in the Philippines, as well as the employees that are working with YBC. So I'm going to be in person with them. Really, the hours are going to be a little different. So you guys are going to see the hour change is going to be different. If you guys are part of the mob, for everybody that's part of the mob, you guys will get an insight in a live session every single day as I'm teaching and training, my employees out there in the Philippines. So peace and love, Mac 1. Crazy because it's Mac 1. We got 11 viewing in right now and 1 like. So, lots of ones, lots of new beginnings, lots of alignment right here. All right, from any questions out for me? Any questions? Let's see. So within Truth in Lending, the biggest thing that I want y'all to know about within Truth in Lending is that, okay, so every subchapter, they'll tell you it's, the compensation for the damage is any actual damage or $1,000 per each violation within that subchapter. Now, what I want y'all to put notice and bring awareness to with Truth in Lending is 15 USC 1640. Right, 1640 is going to tell you that is double the finance charge. is double the finance charge per each violation within truth in lending. So now what I want y'all to go do is I want you all to go look at your guys', truth in lending disclosures. Go look at your auto loans. Go look at your credit cards. We went over earlier how to remove auto loans. Go look at I highly recommend you watch that video. Watch it all the way through too. It's about an hour long. Definitely recommend you watch that. But go through your agreements. Go through and read the truth in lending disclosure. I talked about, you guys doing that earlier as well. Type in the comment section what your guys' finance charges. All right, type in the comment section what your guys' finance charges. Then I want y'all to get from there, and that's why I stress and talk about and explain how truth in lending is the most vital subchapter, especially if you got an auto loan, mortgage, any type of, line of credit, really. Or we talk about a misuse of one's credit. We talk about in 1611, how they can be fined up to $5,000 or in prison for a year, if not both, for them willfully and knowingly withholding things that they're supposed to disclose to you. Shorty almost got ran over. Okay, Don Child Wish. Now, what I want you to understand and go look up 15 U.S.C. 1640. That's double the finance charge per each violation within truth in lending. All right, so did they go over your right to rescind, right of rescission? That's one if they didn't. Or did they properly use your credit? If not, a misuse of one's credit. That's one as well too. Let's see some more within truth in lending. Unauthorized use. Did you receive any benefit from, the transaction and the inaccurate reporting, the unfair reporting, the deceptive attempts for them to collect, this alleged debt? Are you receiving any benefit? Right, that's 15 U.S.C. 1602, and go look up the term unauthorized use. All right, we broke that down earlier. It's also a violation. But just simply understanding consumer law, we could discharge all debts. People work their whole life. People, simply just to, pay off these debts. When this girl just walked into the men's restroom, not knowing the ladies was closed. It's so funny being in another country, just seeing other people and their ways of living. But yeah, knowing consumer law is a mindset. Knowing consumer law it's a lifestyle, it's a way of living. It's literally decoding the matrix. That's how I like to look at it. And that's why, everything I show you guys is showing you how to free yourself from the system that you put yourself into, that you've allowed yourself to be sucked into. When, at heart, our natural state is simply just to be and just to be free, all right? And, that's how we came to this realm, and, that's how we ought to leave this realm as well too, not allowing debt to reside within us at all. Not being in debt because we can't be in it because it's not something that's physical, but it's within us. It does reside within us as debt and credit. As I always mention, it's very spiritual. Think about debt, and how many people have killed themselves over being in debt. Right? There's many people that have, and I hear to this day of people, killing themselves, wanting to kill themselves over them being in debt, right? And so when we talk about all of this can be diminished, all of this can be, wiped away with this knowledge. It doesn't happen overnight. This isn't an overnight thing. This is an over life thing. This is something that, yes, it's not going to happen overnight, but one night it will happen. One night with consistency, you'll discharge, all of the debts. You'll discharge the student loan debt that you've been looking to pay off or thinking about how you're going to pay off for the next 5 to 10 years? How many of you guys, would do anything to get rid of their student loan debt or an auto loan or, just a note that you're paying monthly, working extra hours maybe even to pay off this, where these extra hours are taking away time from your family, from, your household, from, your side businesses. And that's all that I ask of you guys just being here, is that you guys are present, you guys ask questions, you guys drop a like when you guys are coming here. If you take away any information, just drop a like. That's the compensation I ask of from you guys, and really just the exchange of energy, right? I'm here pouring into you guys, exerting my energy into you guys, my knowledge, my experience into you guys, and all that I ask of you guys is simply just to drop a like. So that more people can get in tune with these teachings, with my information, and so more people can go out and get the results, because those that are applying it, those that are staying consistent, those that are in the Discord, this is all free information. Those that are going through my videos, watching the videos, taking notes on what I'm stating within these lives and putting it into a letter format, even using ChatGPT to help you, draft up what I'm stating and put that into a letter format to then type up and send off to the company that you're dealing with. Those people are getting the results to where they're sending out BBB reports, exercising the FCRA and the FDCPA, where if they got collections or a charge off, they're cease and desisting that debt right away. They know how to properly create FTC reports. These are all steps and measures that I go to when it comes to discharging these accounts and these debts off of one's report and just zeroing out the account as a whole. To where, family, this is something that y'all all could do to go help others around you guys. You guys could, let them know, I don't want anything up front. Pay me $100 a month maybe. $100 a month just to pay for the letters being sent out, the overhead, the time. But what I am looking to get is, 30%, on the back end once we get Remedy. Now imagine you got 10 clients that got $10,000 minimum. You get 3,000, that's, 3 times 10. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. That's 30,000. Off helping 10 clients get Remedy. How many of y'all know 10 people with negative accounts on their report? How many of you guys know 10 clients that got 1 negative account on their report? Right? For each account, we can go out and get Remedy. We can get up to 3 to, plus, anywhere from 3,000 plus, in damages, for that account being inaccurately reported, unfairly reported, by taking them through arbitration if needed. But pre-arbitration typically does the trick. Pre-arbitration typically does what we're looking to do and get done. All right, I think it's time to board. C5. Let's go check it out. Bro, my bank charged me double. What do you mean by they charge you double, Jimmy Martinez? But if we're not in the next 5 to 10 years, wealthy off of consumer law, there's so many businesses, there's so many people that you guys can help with this information. I could think about when I got my hands on this information, the lives I was going to empower, the lives I was going to touch. I didn't even think about the money, but I thought about, if I could help this many people get out of, this much debt in this time, I know, what goes around comes around. What you put out into the universe, you're always going to get back. And that's something that I've always prided myself on. I don't ask myself, okay, how do I make this much money? And if I do ask myself that, okay, how many lives do I got to impact? Not what do I got to do to get done. How many lives are you going to touch? Because I promise you guys, for each live that you guys are touching, for each person that you're empowering, you're going to get compensated you know, in an abundance amount. And that's, what I do daily. And abundance isn't just a monetary, you know, exchange. Abundance is all around you guys. We're, drowning in it, family. So we got to bring awareness to all of the abundance, because if you think that a fiat currency is simply an exchange of abundance, you are mistaken for what abundance truly is. Yes, you are, my friend. Because abundance to me is joy, happiness, peace, love, laughter. The little things. So much. Wow, I was not in the right area. Gate C5. I never seen no downstairs gate. We take the stairs, man. There ain't no elevator to success. Let's see. They got no seats for me. They said, your ass gonna stand. Whoop. Hate to break it to you, Molly, but I'm not standing. Let me show y'all. Headed to the Philippines. Got a little crew with us. So Don should wish I would definitely just text 305-575-2843. If you're looking to get this done urgently, me and my team will be able to help you. Like I stated, I'm about to be with them here in the next 12 hours. At 4 in the morning, they're going to be in the Philippines to pick me up. It's 7:30 over here in the evening. So another 8 to 10 hours, I'll see them. Jimmy Martinez, bro, my bank charged me double. What do they charge you double for? Luke Cage, how do you find endurance? I'm not sure what an endure trustee is. I don't teach that, brother. I simply just teach consumer law. Simply just teach consumer law. Or companies, prospectus, any actual instruction. Yeah, Luke Cage, I could, ask around for you, but I specifically do not teach that, brother. But I'll go ahead and ask my brother Taquan X, see if he's familiar with it. Hi, CreditGotti, have you had to sue or go to court for any situation relating to credit? Yes, I have. I've been to the federal courts for my previous auto loan, and that's how we went about getting it removed and getting the remedy for that. I talked about that a couple times, but I ended up going to the state courts. Biggest mistake and time waster of my life. So make sure everything is in the federal courts. Everything happened and went through way more quick through the federal courts. But now I simply just like to take them through arbitration. There's no need to sue or go through litigation if I could just get it done through arbitration, and really pre-arbitration a lot of times as well. All right, the family, we're about to board this plane here in a little bit, so unless anybody's got any other questions, I'll wait till we get to 30 minutes, another 40 seconds here, and then I'll call this a live. But, truly, to give you guys an insight, dreams to reality. Anything you do truly set your mind to, it's already yours. It's already done. And that's easier said than done. And, a lot of times and I'm going to leave you guys with something, that'll change your guys' life, honestly, because it's changed mine. But it's all about the feeling. It's all about seeing it every single day, and why seeing your goals every single day? Why seeing the things that you desire every single day? Because if it's not in sight, it's not in mind. And when you see these things, it just brings up that feeling, and the feeling is truly the secret. The feeling is the secret. Y'all can look at the book by Kevin Trudeau. It's a great read as well too. Honestly, personally, never read it, but I have listened to the audio, And I've heard multiple different audios of, by him, and just lectures and trainings on, the feeling being the secret. But, I can think back, when, I envisioned me, empowering lives internationally. Now we got an office internationally. We're about to acquire some land and some more things out here internationally as well too. Um, aside from that, family, we're changing lives daily. To see the impact that I've had without even touching, a foot on this soil is going to be a blessing. And, I'm just looking forward to it, y'all. I'm looking forward to it. I feel like a kid, waiting for, his first game. That's how I feel right now. And as I get there, y'all, it definitely is game time. We're about to be locked in more than I've ever been locked in. I could, firmly say that. And if y'all know me, I've been locked in, locked in, locked in. So y'all gonna see me more than ever. If you don't already get your notification bell on, click that right down below, right next to the subscribe button. If you don't already subscribe, click that as well too. Turn that notification bell on. But I'll see you all at the top, because the bottom is way too crowded. Peace and love.